everyone, and welcome to my reaction to Blue Lock Season 2, Episode 5. It is called Flow. I really like that title. I read it just now. The last one was Chameleon, and this one is Flow. First of all, it makes you think of a band, or an opening song, or a band that does an opening song. Isn't there a Naruto opening called Flow, or it's a band called Flow? I don't remember. But not just that. It's just it's like there's a word for it. Not synchronicity. Like when your life is in flow and things just click. What's that called? Synchronization? No. But I guess flow sums it up really nice. And that's why I like the word. It's like when everything just kind of clicks. Anyway, so I'm really excited because in the context of sports, when an athlete is in the flow, in the zone, like it just magic happens. Okay, so yeah, this episode title really excites me. In the live chat, we have Booty, Modru, Sotos, Doji is here. Dark Shadow went for dinner. Cell is here. Is it serendipity? No, not. It's like synchronization or serendipity. There's a word that makes me think of flow too. But it'll come to me later. But yeah, let's see who's gonna be the star of today's episode. It's like, you know how after a football match or most sports, there's always an MVP of the game. I kind of feel like who's gonna be the MVP today? Okay, so let's jump in. Oh, you too. Oh no. Oh! Red card! Oh. He can do that? Anti-right. Whoa. If I have to make a bad prediction, or what I think is probably a bad prediction because I'm not thinking something or considering something, I would guess based off this intro that these two are not gonna be in the lineup because of their actions here, like not being able to work together to that extreme, you know. But then maybe his brother will choose to play with him, but that doesn't seem likely. But that would be cool. So then he gets kicked out, but then he's still in, but then he plays against them or something like that. That would be pretty cool. But let's see. Not that I think they'll get kicked out, just not for this game. They're not going to be chosen. Wow, I like that visual. I haven't noticed it until now. That looks so cool, like so artistic. Remove players. Do you wish to remove selected players? I knew it. They were selected and then they got unselected. I read the wrong thing at Cook's. Yeah, it's like you can only have one captain of a ship. If you have too many captains. He's wearing Crocs! Wait. Now I want to take a moment to show my Crocs. Yay! I have an iced latte there, and the cherry blossoms, and fruit, and the Hello Kitty, and the... I wanted the light pink Crocs. But in the future, I'll maybe buy myself some light purple or light blue ones. I think they're very comfortable. But when I was a kid, I thought they were the ugliest shoes known to man. Oh, how times have changed.
まずはワントップ糸師凛最高値の1試合平均 2.5 ゴール5点奪われたら6点奪って勝つ破壊に次ぐ破壊そのチームテーマを戦闘で体現するのはまずはゴールキーパーガガマル銀突発的なボール反応と全身のバネお前がこのチームの守護神だ
そういう基準ねよっしゃ
次は2枚のセンターバックハリウ十兵衛
俺
高さと手足のリーチで他を圧倒する右
Wow, very nice. Obviously redhead, right? He said speed, so I'm assuming, yep. Yay! なるほどね。That smile. Thank you.
カラスタビトブルーロックナンバーワンのボールキープ力とゴールを見透かす分析力を持つお前がこのチームの心臓だ
そんな気したボケ
まずは敵の壁を外から切り裂く両ウィン音やエータ
He got stolen from me in Waifu Wars by Sotos because I said to Sotos, there he is. And then I wanted to... Aizen follows me everywhere I go.
敵の裏を抜けるスピードとシャドウの右翼101でぶち抜きねじ伏せる圧倒の左翼まずはそのボールタッチで常識を超えるゴールを重ねた華麗な逸材凪誠志郎
Of course.
このチームは糸師凛を中心とした超攻撃特化型フォーメーションで糸師凛との相互関係において最も優秀な数値を叩き出し超と共存を繰り返し自らゴールも奪いラストピースはお前だ潔陽一
Yes! Good job!
20日本代表に挑むブルーロックイレブン
I'm so happy for him because he like fills the role perfectly. Oh.
俺がブルーロックのレギュラー
I thought someone who didn't get chosen was gonna be angry, but here they are. Sorry. Oh no!
なんでシドウ君がメンバーに入ってないんですか
Cause he assaulted someone with his knee. I mean, he is my adopted son, but there is consequences to actions.
しかしそのゴールは全て個人技つまりこのトライアウトの中で糸師凛との化学反応を一度も暴力沙汰を起こせば一発レッドで圧倒的不利に陥るそして何よりお前らじゃ指導流星というエゴイストを扱いきれないこいつの思考とゴールを理解しプレイレベルを引き上げ合う国は世界し
Someone who gets his thought process and goals to mutually improve the level of play.
指導流星は糸師凛に代わるジョーカーとして使う
But he doesn't want to. He's gonna be the one that goes to the...
糸師さえの出したある条件を飲まなければ彼は試合から降りるとそして糸師さえが出なければ試合は集客を見込めず中止
This is something that maybe is under discussed and tough, but the truth, this brief, it's summarized in this sentence. If Itoshi Sai doesn't play, the match will be cancelled. Because the tickets won't sell. I don't think people realize how important that is. And that's the case with sports, with movies, with like, even if you have a great story, sometimes that's enough to carry you, especially with movies and stuff. But sport, people need to get paid. Wait, holy what?
した条件はただ一つ出せよクソメガネもう殴んねえからさ
He beat one guy in the face and now he's in an insane asylum, really? He got shocked, that was enough. What the fuck? Even the shocking someone because they fought. That was, but I was like, okay, fine, it's a story. But what the hell? This is... Was it for the drama or what?
Yo, 悪魔くん
このカゴはお前には狭いだろ。お前のエゴが欲しい。俺のために暴れろ。
I guess it's for the drama because seriously, like I know you shouldn't knee someone in the face, but you don't get sent to an insane asylum for it.
愛しさいはお前らではなく指導流星を選んだ。残された時間はあと15日。お前たちには絶対勝利のトレーニングを課す。全てをかけて挑め。
無理ーズクソメガネ。こんな試合俺にとっちゃ世界一までの通過点だ。
だね。こっちとら人生なんてここ入った時から全書きしてら。
むしろ上がる。てか楽しみ。うん。早くやりたい。
ブルーロック11。そう。レギュラーに選ばれることがゴールじゃない。俺たちブルーロックは絶対勝ってその先へ。世界へ。
The visuals are real nice. I like all the smoke and stuff, but someone said, I think he would seriously kill Ren if Ego didn't stop him. I personally, you can't take that jump. Like, that seems like a reach, to say the least. Fights break out on sports fields all the time. And if you seriously think that he would turn into a murderer in that moment, then he shouldn't be here at all. Then he should, I don't know, be with a therapist somewhere. I think it's just for the drama, the looks of it, like in terms of storytelling. But inside the story, that shit doesn't make sense. To shock a child doesn't make sense. And to tie him up like that and stuff doesn't make sense. Like if he was really that bad, realistically, but it's not about realistically, it's a story. So it's just for the looks of it, the drama, but I don't like it, personally. I didn't like the shock. I don't like being tied up like that. But I get it. It's to make him look insane. Berserk. Blah. So, okay. We used to punch each other playing football and then have coffee afterwards and laugh. Yeah, but clearly he was more seriously angry. But you can't just jump to, yeah, he's a murderer. He would have been a murderer if it wasn't for this stuff. I personally don't think that the story gave me enough to believe that. But if your brain wants to make that leap, cool. I personally think it's just for the look of things. That is zero reason to believe someone's a murderer. Like, you can't even... You are making, like, the weirdest argument ever to me right now. You want me to believe that a character in a sports show, it could be a murderer if it wasn't for... Like, it makes way more sense for it just to be for the looks. And either you like it or you don't like it. And I don't like it. I don't think it's that entertaining. I like a lot of the visuals, a lot of what they're going for. In Haikyuu, they used to do a lot of symbolic visuals, like the fight by the dumpster or the crows with, but it was symbolic visuals. He literally shocked a child and he literally tied him up like that. Like, you can only take it as a story aspect to make it dramatic, because if anything else is just weird. But if your brain wants to jump to murderer, have fun with that. Fucking weird, but have fun. I like how he has almost the exact same eyes as his brother. Exactly, I think they're exaggerating for effect, but... yeah, let's move past this conversation, please.
そうか、いけすかねえ王子様。あいつ？ああ。いとしさえのおまけだろ。知らんけど。
今回は代表の威信をかけて万が一にも負けるわけにはいかない。
俺はお前らに1ミリも興味はない。せいぜい俺をイラつかせるな。以上。
なめんなよ天才くん。お前は世界で騒がれてるかもしんねえけど、所詮下部組織レベルの花。こっちは国内一部リーグでレギュラーフォワードやってんだ。
国内で得点王争いして5000万ぐらいの年俸をもらってグラビアアイドルと結婚して幸せな家庭を築く人生のピークだ。
Doesn't sound bad.
欲の深さが違えんだよ。
俺だって世界一を慎むのはお前だ。ヘボストライカー。残念無念、また来世。肩書きの上下にこだわってる時点でセンスねえよ。血のエースに何してんの？やるか全員まとめて。じゃあ俺が勝ったらレギュラーくれ。
The visual suddenly took a hit. this doesn't look nearly as good as all the other expressions he's had up to now. And this looks kind of flat as hell.
じゃあ俺が勝ったらレギュラーくれ。おいやめろ。おまけのくせに俺を侮辱すんな。じゃあまず1点目。お？はいはいストップ。
Look at that. Doesn't need to be shocked to put him in his place. He just needs people who can handle him. This is such a Bakugo type character.
天才ちゃん、君も新参者なんだから口じゃなくプレーで信頼勝ち取りなよ。後ろは俺らが守ってやるから。
イタリア一部リーグからオファーもある大型ディフェンダーアイクを中心とした堅守速攻のスタイル。
なるほど、守備のチームってことだね。
ぶっ壊しゃいいんでしょ。
20歳以下の国内最強エリートチーム。簡単な相手じゃないってこと。
だからぶっ壊しゃいいんでしょ。
お前さっきからそれしか言ってなくね。
What? It's true?
だってぶっ壊しゃいいんでしょ。
ぶっ壊しゃいいか。トリップしたあの動き、あれはたまたまできただけだ。
For now.
あれを使いこなせるようになるには。おい、休憩だぞ。ちょっとぐらい休めよ。
邪魔すんなら出てけよイサ。
おいよ、でもやりすぎて体壊したら。
壊れたらそれまでの人間だったってことだ。やっと兄貴と愛しさえと戦える。この瞬間をどれだけ望んだか。
The problem is if we're going by the depth of their desires, if the depth of his desire is just to beat his brother, and his brother's desire is to be the best in the world, I don't think he can beat his brother at this time. He has to process whatever big brother issue he has first, that actually desire something past that. Because his brother is clearly past it, and that's what bothers him so much. So at this time, I can't visualize them actually beating. Although Itoshi Sai only has, well, he has the one he chose, Mr. Berserk, and a few of the others look like I can support him well, but this whole team is really good. So we never know what could happen.
いらねえ。お前が壊れたらブルーロックが終わるだろ。俺に迷惑かけんなっつってんだ。お前
Not bad.
無理な。
うっせ。
うるせえ。
今日のトレーニングで体も起きてきたところだ。次は脳を起こす。世界一のストライカーに不可欠な命の燃やし方を教えてやる。フロー。それは人間が自らの最適経験により獲得する精神の没頭状態である。その行為を楽しみ、脳がワクワクする状態。それがフローだ。その
Baro didn't make it right, King. He's what? I forget. I get confused with their nicknames and their names. But the king didn't make it right. But the crow did.
全てを捧げた瞬間を。
フローが
That's what you did.
あのトリップもフローが鍵だったとしたら。
最も重要な条件は挑戦的集中であることだ。平たく言えば自分にとって適度な難しさの目標に向かうこと。これはフローに入るための挑戦と能力のバランスを示したイメージ。自分の能力の高さに対して挑戦が低い場合、人は楽しさを感じられず退屈になる。挑戦する目標が能力より高すぎる場合、成功する可能性を信じられず不安になる。だからこその挑戦的集中だ。己の能力を的確に知りコントロールする。明確で身の丈に合ったゴールに挑む。圧倒的なパフォーマンスが発揮され、自らのレベルをさらに押し上げることができる。それがフローだ。だが
I read about
簡
that.
単なことじゃない。情報と娯楽にあふれたお前らの日常は退屈と不安をごまかすための無限地獄。例えばスマホ一つで受動的に得られる夢中は能動的に獲得するお前だけの夢中ではない。ゴールを決めたあの快感、新しい武器を手に入れたあの高ぶり。
So more like a consciously
エゴだ。そしてブルーロックこそ 垂れ流しの夢中から逸脱し
The diarrhea of the passive trance-like
垂れ
state.
流しの夢中から逸脱しブルーロックで経験してきた全ての意味をお前らがいかにして進化してきたのかを今のお前らにとってアンダー20日本代表に勝つという目標は退屈か不安か
ワクワク。
夢中になれる挑戦だ。
もうわかるだろう。アンダー20代表に勝つための扉はフィールドに立つブルーロックの11人がフローに入ることで初めて開かれる。
俺は俺の苦労にたどり着く。
日本サッカーをぶち壊す新時代のエゴイスト集団となったお前らのゴールを世界は待っている。
見つけ出すんだ。俺が没頭できる。俺だけのゴールを。
Okay, wait. Before we watch the cute fun part, I want to go get a book where I read that part about flow and the boredom and anxiety. Give me 1 minute. What's up? I read about it in this book. It's got dust on it. Because I haven't read it in a while. But, so this is the book. The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life. Wait, here. Look, this is the last part where I read, and it's about flow. Flow in Japan. Takumis, engineers, geniuses, and otaku. That was literally where I stopped reading the book. Wait, see, it's even folded here. Where does it start? 7 conditions for achieving flow. Knowing what to do, knowing how to do it, knowing how well you are doing, knowing where to go, perceiving significant challenges, perceiving significant skills, being free from distractions. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. The power of flow. 7 conditions of achieving it. Here is the exact part. Easy, boredom, challenging, flow, beyond our abilities, anxiety. I read, that sounded also familiar. Microflow, enjoying mundane tasks, like washing the dishes. I've heard about that too. Okay, but anyway, I have to keep reading this book because I stopped not even halfway. So anyway, that's Ikigai. Pretty good book if you guys want to buy it. It's a lot about, balance and doing what you love, enjoying things, but contributing every day to your own life and the lives of the people around you, stuff like that. Very, very nice concept and system of beliefs. Additional time.
アンダー20戦スタメンに選ばれた。エビメン同士コミュニケーション取りながらやりましょう。よろしくです。
よろしく。どのポジションだろうとおしゃちらかす。俺ゴールキーパー初めてだ。ほら見て、任せて。助けて。おしゃスケーター。
おしゃスケーター。
変わった天然さん2人か。心を通わせられるコミュニケーションですね。
ですね。
そのためにはまず趣味思考の情報収集から。お二人は休日どんなことしてるんですか？もっとお二人を知りたいと思いまして。
俺山にいるぞ。山菜取ったり、日向ぼっこしたり、イノシシと戦ったり、友達の妻と相撲したり、スマブラしたり。
後半意味わかんないな。
俺はオシャを追求して御仏に手を合わせ神道滅却火もまたオシャし。
I love him. Oh my gosh.
でもここで否定しない。へえ、いいですね。
いいですね。
じゃあお前もオシャを学んでみるか。え？自らの宇宙を体に宿して。
Cool. Cool.
いいぞ山男。
Cool. JoJo's pulse. JoJo pulse. Oh my gosh, they are brilliant. And I got a key for him in Waifu Wars, and I was disappointed in that key, and now I am so happy. There he is. Oh, funny. Ore is a mood on his own. Yeah, Yeah, it is. Okay, well, you know what would be really great right now is if I roll and then I get a key for for another blue lock boy. Wouldn't that be nice? Flow. Like if I was in flow right now, I would get a key here. But you never know. It could happen. Ah, ore. Can I go back to the murder comment because it bothers me? Because if I'm attacking the main boy when they meet is what gives it out, then Bachira is a killer too. Yeah, no. I honestly, you can continue the conversation, but I don't know how to continue the conversation myself because it seems ridiculous to me to pin someone as a murderer because they're like a violent or aggressive person. Like you don't. It's a very. I can't have the conversation. It seems too ridiculous because for me, it's just you know how stories often play up jokes and play up characteristics of people in order to make it more entertaining. My brain finds it ridiculous to jump to murderer because of that. I think they tie him up to make Bakugo joke or something. Remember when he wins the competition? Yeah, maybe it's a reference. Maybe it's just an extreme. It's to show how extreme Blue Lock is. Obviously, for me, it's like weird and a step too far. But I didn't. I just feel that. I don't think it's like the story shouldn't have included it. It was just like I don't care for that scene. Moving on. More than that, I don't really feel there's more than that to say. Oh, here we go. Oh, I got a key for Isagi. I did get a key. Is he on my? Did I add him? Oh, there he is. Yes, I did put him on here. So I got a key in Waifu Wars for the main character. And then it reminded me of a tweet I saw earlier that day where I'll go to the original tweet. So this is the original tier list where people was like the purest characters are Naruto, Goku, very kind characters are Luffy, Natsu, nice characters is Ichigo, Senku, neutral characters is Gon, Gabimaru, Guts, Saitama, and then heartless slash asshole. So then Light, Eren, and the so the joke was because the person responded with mass murderer, football player. Like somehow it makes sense to put these three on this in the same category. So it was just funny because yeah, I searched your message in the word football. Not like you talked a lot about football. True that. So anyway, no, the character in this episode that we were discussing and someone apparently is likening to a murderer is this guy. And he's definitely violent. Like clearly he needs help, but I think his disposition is being played up for entertainment. That's what it comes across as to me. And my point was just that I didn't really like it was a step too far for me, the visualization of, well, first of all, shocking him. But, you know, I could look past that. I was like, okay, well, it's Blue Lock. Things are crazy. But then it took it another step further and he was like basically straitjacketed and he had a muzzle on. And I just thought that was like too much. I thought it was weird. But that was just like a passing opinion. It wasn't necessarily something that I thought needed to be discussed. And then suddenly we were talking about him being a murderer and I was like, okay, what the fuck where did this go? How did we get here? This is the character, Ryusei Shido. But he's not the same as Isagi, and he's the one that was being likened to a murderer. He wasn't likened to a murderer. Obviously, no one was saying that they're the same, but he was put in the same category, which is heartless slash asshole. It just seems like extreme to have like these two in the same category. It's just funny. But that was the joke, pointing out such an extreme difference, you know. they didn't add that in the anime for some reason. But on the first match with Isagi, this is how these two ended it. At least for the last play, I'd say Isagi Yoichi was the real number one. Whoa, how tepid. Since the match is over, no matter what we do, we can't get carded anymore, right? You bug-ass antenna freak. So they were both like gearing up to fight each other, but he's the one that got a shot in. You want to go then, so-called number one. Wait, Isagi Yoichi. Who's Isagi? That's the main character, right? So he was saying, and he's Rin. I keep forgetting their names. Like, he's Isagi Yoichi. So he was saying that he's actually the number one if it boils down to the last play. And he is Rin Itoshi Rin. Okay. But yeah, they were both gearing up to fight. But I think his strength is overwhelming. So I don't know. I didn't overthink the shocking part so much. Obviously, I didn't like it. I think it's excessive. But okay, what could he do if he needed the guy to stop fighting? Like if a riot broke out, I understand the precaution being taken. And that's why I paused that. But then the other visual of him being in a straitjacket and stuff, it was too much for me. But like I said, the intention of it is to play up his madness. That's what anime does. But I prefer, if I had to, for me personally, I just think it's a step too far. It needed more symbolism instead of like literally putting the guy in a straitjacket. I just felt like it was too much. But you know, it's an opinion at the end of the day, and just a passing one at that. Not even like, I don't even care that much. I just thought like overdoing it there, but okay. I really liked, for example, sorry, I can only liken it to Haikyuu because Haikyuu did things where you would symbolically see a crown and a cape on Kageyama because he was like this king character. So it gives you a look into their character and how others perceive them without like making him act like like it's not even believable anymore, because obviously sports anime is still anime. It doesn't need to be realistic, but it needs to be believable to me. And I like that with Kageyama's character, he was this king, but the author didn't have to play up the king aspect of his character. He used symbolism and like moments like that, not literal. He wasn't walking around with a what do you call those things where they knight people, or what, a staff, or he wasn't, you know, wearing rings on his fingers and a crown on his head. Like you could make certain points more subtly and still have good visuals that look whoa. Because there was tons of visuals where he was wearing that red thing and that crown, and I was like, oh my god, I know it's a negative aspect of his character that he's this king or whatever, but damn, it looked so cool. And to me, this was so literal and weird. But it's Blue Lock's take. It's Blue Lock's way of doing things. There's nothing objectively wrong with it. I'm just saying I liked one way of doing things over the other way. That's why I'm here, like just to give a review. Just to say, oh, I think that was well done, or I don't think that was well done. It's opinions, no? But yeah, jumping to murder never crossed my mind. That was just, they did good with Baro. Kageyama is clearly a murderer. Remember how he scared poor Hinata when he served the ball on the back of his head? I love that they make it fun with this comment. A sucker like you who smiles while your teammate steals your goal will never become the best in the world. An ass like you who can't see the beauty of other people will never become the best in the world, you self-conscious number one. Oh hell. Yes, fight, fight. I love these kinds of brawls. It's like Fight Club. So damn childish. Can't believe we lost to them. I like this energy too. It's interesting. I like how they're being held back. But you see how he needs two people to hold him back, because I think his strength is a little bit like, you know, when you can't handle your own strength, kind of like that. Soto says, I kind of hate that it wasn't in. Yeah, I feel like there's some nuanced things that are missing, but they're just leaning into the they're leaning into certain parts and then it comes across a little bit worse or harsher, or I don't know. Let me end the video here. That was more dramatic than it needed to be. But overall, a good build-up for, you know, a battle against Itoshirin versus Itoshi-sai. I'm quite interested in both characters. At this time, like I said, I can't see him beating his brother, at least by himself. But maybe with the team that he has, it's possible. But I hope not, because I don't want this build-up to Itoshi-sai's character to just mean nothing. Like, we haven't seen him play. I need to see how good he is. You know? I like how he was talking about the depth of his desire. So, even though he's an absolute dick, I do like the meaning behind those words, you know? So, because at the end of the day, there can only be one best in the world. Sort of. And yeah, what you are willing to give up in pursuit of that, well, there's a lot to discuss there. So I look forward to next time when we can discuss it. Bye.